Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the Beverly Hillbillies Facts and Trivia. Y'all kick off your shoes and you said a spell, all right? Now here's your host for the show, the old Kentucky boy himself, Mr. Bob Snap.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Beverly Hillbillies Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on the selling of the Beverly Hillbillies, trying to find a home for it on television. Let's take a look how they did that. The pilot was in the can, and now the job of getting the series sold to the network and finding a sponsor lay ahead. Originally, the show was offered to ABC, which passed it by. Henning again had a strategy. Excuse me. Collaborated with Simon, and they decided to approach their favorite advertising executive in New York, Sam Northcross, who has worked with Henning on the Bob Cummings show. Henning and Simon insisted on complete privacy regarding the pilot and wanted the project to explode like a firecracker, so Northcross immediately flew out to Hollywood, picked him up at the airport and took him to the studio and ran the pilot for him late at night. No one was there, Henning said. Northcross loved it, gave the account exclusively to R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company. Other sponsors joined in later. When Filmways approached CBS president James Aubrey with the idea, he laughed out loud and bought the show instantly. But the vice president of programming, Mike Dan, openly hated the show. CBS took the show with one condition, said Al Simon, who became its executive producer. The network had the right to premiere it on the GE Theater, which was then hosted by Ronald Reagan. But the agency who sponsored the show turned it down, saying it wouldn't be right for their audience. CBS had the pilot and wondered what to do with it. The network mucky mucks, as the Hillbillies might have called them, still balked at the show's title. They preferred Head for the Hills or just the Hillbillies. Network executive pushed hard for the title change, but Paul Henning wisely held out, and the choice he stood by was approved only weeks before the show's premiere. The fact that the dubious program was rejected by GE's sponsor made a lot of top CBS brass think it wouldn't succeed, and yet whether the pilot was previewed, audiences went wild with enthusiasm and laughter. Henning even brought a 16mm print to his mother in Independence and gathered around the kin for private watching. After the final credits ran, Henning's mother looked at him and said, "And for this you get paid?" Finally, CBS scheduled the program for fall of '62, opposite NBC's popular Perry Como show. During the summer before its premiere, Filmways and Henning felt CBS was doing very little to attract viewers, so they bypassed the network and began to develop their own strategy to promote the Hill folk. They quickly cranked out a series of special 20-second personalized trailers, or brief previews, if you will, that would refer to a particular area. Kansas City affiliate might want the Heart of America slogan to be incorporated to the Hillbillies Oblige. The cast shot trailers on their off hours. Filmways absorbed the cost, penciling the sum in as advertising and publicity column of their bookkeepers' accounts. The words Beverly Hillbillies were not going to get a lot of people to watch the show, said Al Simon, and the most important medium you could have was television. Excuse me. He began thinking the best thing to do was to get the top 30 stations with the largest audiences in the United States that would be carrying the show. Paul wrote very funny trailers and had a publicity man contact every one of those stations and ask for their logos and told them we were going to do personal trailers for that station. So before the show went on the air, everyone in the major markets knew about the Beverly Hillbillies. By way of these previews, the characters of Jed, Granny, Ellie Mae, and Jethro were introduced, and viewers got a kernel of corn that was about to captivate them. Their strategy worked. Even before airing, the show had a built-in audience that had a hankering to see what these hillbilly folks were all about. Great strategy, man. I dig Paul Henning. I mean, he's just one of those geniuses that knows, what he wants and goes after it. That's all I have for you. Sorry for all the. I still got a little bit of in me. Please don't forget about classic TV facts and trivia, and classic rock and country music facts and trivia. Head on over there. Please subscribe. Have a great day. God bless. I'll be praying for you.